Hey family, what's up? As you guys know, last week I fully recorded my episode 4 of Secret Invasion reaction. However, the mic was muted, so what I basically decided to do was do a quick recap of my thoughts of episode 4 and then let's react to episode 5. I felt that episode 4 was really great, and what I loved about episode 4 was all of the small but loud emotional beats. Loud in emotion, loud in character, specifically both of the main scenes between Fury and Priscilla. The poem reading and then the immediate callback in the scene in the kitchen were two of my favorite scenes in Marvel, packed with emotion and character. Fury is feeling betrayed, Priscilla is feeling like she has a duty to her people. Is she willing to kill Fury for her people? And the answer was no. And then the following scene with Fury and Scrody in the hotel room was incredible because it was just two Titan actors going back and forth. Most interesting thing about Scrody is Scrody injecting this personality into Rhodey. I know that we've seen a little bit of that type of personality when he's talking about killing Thanos, and I think the Skrulls just having way too much fun acting as Rhodey. And then Nick Fury is going there. You can see that the sincerity that he had in his conversation with Priscilla, he does not have with Rhodey, because he wants Scrody to know that he knows that he knows that you know that he knows. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the resolution is there with Scrody, and if we see Rhodey being rescued by the end of this series. And finally, that attack on the president, that entire action sequence was great. It looked like it cost some money. Fury and Talos, I keep calling him Talos, but apparently it's Talos, trying to rescue the president. Talos being shot like that. I thought he just got shot in the arm and shot in the shoulder, and I thought he was going to be okay. You could see it on both of his faces that he was just going through it. And then of course you have Gravik doing the most yet again, shapeshifting into the soldier that was supposed to be protecting the president, and Fury picked up on it immediately, but it was too late. Gravik already had Talos in his grasp and he just took him out, or so it looks. I don't know if Talos is coming back, and the reason why I say that is because they've already had one character die and come back literally the episode before, Gaia. So I don't know if they're going to pull that same rabbit out of the hat 2 episodes in a row. Maybe he'll come back in episode 6 is a prediction I have, but I'm not really sure. I haven't even seen episode 5 yet. All right, y'all, so that's it for my recap. I really enjoyed episode 4. Let's move on to episode 5.
Already.
Whatever you do not trust Colonel Rhodes.
There you go, Nick. But yeah, now the Skrulls are exposed. That's not good. Look at this. Mr. Extra.
Assemble the operatives.
Talos is finally...
What? Dead? Our target was the president and he's still alive. And if you'd have stolen what you were supposed to, I could have taken out the convoy single-handed.
What was he supposed to steal?
You had another chance to kill Fury today, and you didn't take it.
Challenging the boss.
Explain it to us. You told me Fury hid the Avengers' DNA, but it wasn't in any of the locations you provided.
The Avengers DNA.
Fury never trusted you, and it makes me start to wonder, why should we...
Oh! Oh! Come on, man. See? No one man should have all that power.
Had a voice.
Oh,
and
shit.
The only reason Fury was on that motorway was because his traitor wife defied my direct order.
They expected his wife to betray him?
Well, then you send some of our people to Vara's house and kill her.
This is exactly what Fury said. They're going to be coming after you. And now this kid smartly is like, do I want to be a part of this? You're just going to off people because they disagree with you. That's not leadership. That's a dictatorship.
Keep Ritson alive. Make sure he knows it wasn't just the Russians. It was the Russians with the help of Skrulls.
What?
Prove to him there are Skrulls living here in Russia.
And that they must all be eliminated.
Gravik, have you lost your damn mind?
This is leverage, Rava.
Fury doesn't want to see World War III or to see innocent Skrulls die.
And if we don't get what we want?
Well, then we all do what we've prepared for. Sacrifice.
This dude is crazy.
Where's the president? These damn people just giving out classified information. Lock this whole place down right now. Whoa. Okay. Calm down. The country appreciates your service to the president tonight, but I'm here now. You can go.
You must be out of your Skrull-ass mind. You think I'm gonna let you get anywhere near the president?
In about 60 seconds, the footage of you killing Maria Hill is gonna lead off every news program all across the hemisphere. Consider this a preview, Nick, because if you ever get within 100 yards of the president again, I'm gonna make sure you get the whole show.
Tell Gravik I'm coming for him.
This just in. Former S.H.I.E.L.D. Director Nicholas Fury is being sought for the murder of former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Maria Hill.
Wow. He really released it.
Fury's possible involvement in the failed attempt on President Ritson's life.
Sonia Falsworth here to see Tell her I'm busy.
You thought that she wasn't going to come in?
Good afternoon, Sonia. Have you heard about this?
You know about her relationship with Doris? Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Politely asking the location of Dr. Rosa Dalton.
Have you lost your mind, woman?
I must inform you that the SIS has no official policy on killing Skrulls.
I love Sonya. I kind of do like the fact that they're not just going to take another dictator. Oh my god. Gaia.
Talos died.
You can stop there. I ran away from my father because I knew he would lose.
Talos chose the path of struggle. He did not lose. You cannot let grief paralyze you, Gaia. This is your time now. Talos told me how you survived your execution.
I had no other choice.
I agree.
What DNA did Gravik steal?
Colobsidian Floricolossus. But he took those because he couldn't find what he was looking for.
What was he looking for?
Something he called the
Avengers.
Harvest.
Harvest.
If the Harvest is Avengers DNA, then there's Thor, there's Black Panther with the herb, there's Scarlet Witch. Maybe they have Quicksilver's DNA. None of that is good.
Hello, Skrulls. Nigel's the one with his silencer pressed against the base of your skull.
Sonya is something
Now,
else,
from
man.
this psalm, well, let's focus on this, shall we? Now start from the very beginning and don't miss out a
Super
damn
scroll
decimal
machine.
point.
I won't let her betray Gravik.
You didn't see that coming?
Damn, I did not see him going out like that.
You're the one he sent to kill me?
I'm Gaia. Fury said you could help me bury my father.
Mr. President, what you see on the screen is the Skrull compound.
A strike on Russian soil.
Not a good idea.
That means World War III.
I can't believe Scrody is setting up his own people.
I was wondering when you were gonna call. You like to think you're a step ahead of me, Fury. I got a deal for you.
Got anything to do with the harvest?
Bring it to me in person. I'll call the whole thing off. If I don't get what I want, your president's gonna bomb New Skrullos.
An Interpol red notice.
Oh!
Wow. They don't just give those out to anyone.
It was my mother's. I don't know the prayer.
Wow. I'm gonna miss those scenes between Ben Mendelsohn and Samuel Jackson.
Anyway, when it comes to facing down my executioners, I'd rather meet the bastards standing right here in my happiness than to meet them running down some dark alley.
Oh, there we go. Damn, damn, damn. I can't believe people are saying this show is boring. Let's go. Got him. It's actually cool to see Emilia Clarke in a much more physical role. Is he pulling the Mission Impossible? This man got the Mission Impossible mask on. That's a little better than that.
Let me check I understand this. So, $1 billion of research and development, and all the Widow's Veil can cloak is your face. What about the rest of you?
That's
The Widow's Veil.
Not this one.
Huh? In the absence of my scaled superior, I'm the new head of SIS. And last I checked, Britain and the US were allies.
Well, last I checked, Rhodey is a Skrull.
What?
You ain't know?
You said I'd lost my touch.
But the harvest?
Nearly every Avenger spilled blood in the Battle of Earth. Even Carol Danvers.
Oh, shit.
In the aftermath, some
I didn't
were
even
sent
count her.
in to collect that DNA. Nobody knew about them. but me and the collectors, led by
Graphic.
Graphic, yes. Which
Why?
is probably where he got the idea for the Super Scroll machine.
Nick.
So you are responsible for all this?
Yes.
Why do you think I came back?
Technology.
So let me clarify. You knew how dangerous this vial was, so swapped its location to protect it from Gravik, and now you're going to give it to him.
So wait, they had already combined the DNA? You need to keep both eyes open. And here we go. Nick Fury.
It's time. Let's finish this.
Nick Fury's suit up scene. If you enjoyed this trailer reaction, why not be awesome and like the video and subscribe to the channel? So that was a really interesting episode. We have a lot going on. For one, why the hell would you take all the Avengers DNA, combine them? I can understand keeping the DNA separate just in case you need something, because you're a super spy, you always want to be prepared. But why the hell would you combine them already? Why would you make the weapon for someone to just steal? You've been around long enough to know that if someone finds out that information, especially someone on the inside, like a Gravik who you sent to go get it, eventually they're going to go get it. Nick, yes, this is your fault, and I'm glad that you're here to clean up your mess, but please, we got to move a little sharper than this, because this is classic enemy stuff. Your enemies are going to be after it. So anyway, this episode was really good. I love the action scene with Priscilla and Gaia. They got to show out, shooting up the whole spot. I know Priscilla's probably mad that she had to shoot up her own house because she loves her house so much, but I think she would much rather survive. I do wonder what her role is going to be in episode 6. I'm hoping that she doesn't die. I hope Gaia survives as well. Speaking of surviving, I'm actually really shocked, yet pleasantly surprised, yet sad that Talos is actually dead. He went out so unceremoniously, and typically characters of such a high profile in this kind of storytelling don't go out like that. It's very Game of Thrones, speaking of Gaia, they used to just off people and move on. It's a really interesting choice to kill Maria Hill and Talos in the same season. I'm really curious about what happens on this cosmic / espionage side of the Marvel Universe. We've taken 2 major players off the board. However, we've introduced 2 new players on the board, which are Gaia, Gravik, and Priscilla. Do any of them survive the series? I think Gaia will. Gravik is becoming more and more of a dictator, but I think that he already was that. He just needed the power to pressure people into doing the things that he wanted to do, and now he has a power not only from a command standpoint but from a physical standpoint with the Super Scroll ability. And one of the things I didn't see was that there was some kind of, I don't remember if it was a frost giant or something else, but there was another type of DNA that was available to him that I don't think he's shown off. This episode was the first time we saw Gravik in his own green skin. I know that they said in the first episode that the longer you're in your human skin, the harder it is for people to tell that you're actually a Skrull. I think maybe he stayed like that for that reason, or budgetary reasons for the show. I don't think that his people are going to back him. I'm actually surprised that Scrody is backing him. I think there's a good chance that Scrody might turn on Gravik. Oh, and far be it for me to forget Sonya. Sonya is awesome. She's continuously cheeky, yet deadly. I don't think I've seen anyone in the MCU give off that, hey, how you doing? I will shoot you in your head, but I will also grab some tea with you. This is how people talk when they want to grab tea. I've been enjoying this show from the beginning, just mainly because it's giving me exactly what I asked for. Spy stuff, scroll stuff. I know a lot of people are saying, oh my God, the comic book is so much better. That may be true. I think I've mentioned before, I have never read the comic. However, this is a lot of the Secret Invasion stuff. I meant to read it before we got to the show, but I never really got around to it. This might be way better than the show. However, here's the thing about Marvel. None of the shows, none of the movies follow any story that's in the MCU, whether they're taken from a named story like Civil War or Infinity Gauntlet and Infinity War or Winter Soldier written by Ed Brubaker. Let's see somewhere. Or Winter Soldier, written by Ed Brubaker, that also didn't follow the comics beat by beat, and we love Winter Soldier. So I don't understand what the constant complaint is about, oh, it's not the same as the comics, it doesn't follow the comics, because they never have. They never have. Help me understand. Where is this expectation for these stories to follow a secret invasion or any other story that's named beat by beat? We've never seen it. All of the stories just have an inspiration of what the main story was. Not to say that everything Marvel does is good, because it's not. There's been a lot of hit and misses. However, I think we need to have proper expectations, and I also think that we need to start enjoying things for what they are. Despite what was said in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the MCU is not the 616. So we shouldn't have the expectation that the MCU will follow the 616 line by line, beat by beat. It just doesn't make sense. On top of the fact that a lot of these characters are way different from the comics, but we've enjoyed the MCU. So what's the problem? Complaining that a story isn't like another story from the comics? Even Iron Man Extremis, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. That's up to you. I'm gonna let you decide that and decide how you want to live your life. This story is nothing like what we got in Iron Man 3. Now, I don't particularly like Iron Man 3, but that's not the reason why I don't like it. Following that would have been better, maybe. However, it's not mandatory. Let these writers cook. They've been cooking for 15 years. Stuff recently hasn't been as good, but every franchise has a dip. This is their dip. However, I'm really enjoying Secret Invasion. All right, y'all. So that is it for me. Do I want to pull out any other comics? Oh, and I know it's not the MCU, but Spider-Verse is nothing like Spider-Verse in the comics. Spider-Verse in the comics is way deadlier, way more gory. So, and a thick book. There's a lot going on here. There's nothing in the Spider-Verse movie that's even remotely close to this, other than there being a bunch of Spider-Men in here. I'm going to keep saying it until the cows come home or until the scrolls go home. These stories do not need to be beat for beat. They just need to be entertaining. Now, if you're not entertained by it, that's totally fine. But let's be a little bit more witty with our critiques. Okay? So yeah, that's it for me. I'm off my soapbox now. Am I going to read this? It's a lot. It really is. Like, you have Secret Invasion, but the rest of this stuff is tie-ins. And typically I don't read tie-ins, but I was told that the Secret Invasion tie-ins are pretty good. Some of the better tie-ins that you can have. Whew, maybe I'll read this after the show. I'm gonna read it eventually, because I gotta, out of the 1,300 trades that are on this shelf, I think I've only read like 700 of them. I gotta read these at some point to knock these all out. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next time.